We've tested hundreds of AI tools for business. Most aren't worth adding to your stack. Some are impressive for 5 minutes. Others solve problems you don't actually have. But a few have become genuinely useful. So if I were running a small business in 2026, these are 5 AI-powered tools I'd actually consider using. I didn't choose these because they're the newest. I chose them because they solve different problems: customer management, research and analysis, marketing, automation, and AI-powered workflows. Let's go through them. First, HubSpot. This is the one I'd look at when customer information starts getting messy. Leads in spreadsheets, conversations in email, follow-ups in someone's notes, and nobody has a complete picture of what's happening. HubSpot gives you a central place to manage contacts, deals, conversations, and sales activity. And its AI layer can help with things like researching companies, summarizing customer records, qualifying leads, and handling customer conversations. That's why I wouldn't think of HubSpot as just another sales tool. It's the system I'd use to organize the customer side of the business. If you're still managing your sales pipeline entirely through spreadsheets, this is one I'd put on the list. Second, Claude. This is the tool I'd reach for when the problem isn't finding information, it's understanding it. Give it a long document, customer feedback, market research, a supplier agreement, sales data. Then ask it to find the patterns, explain the important parts, or help you decide what to do next. For example, take 50 customer reviews. Instead of reading them one by one, you can have Claude group the complaints, identify recurring problems, and summarize what customers actually care about. That's where I find AI genuinely useful. Not just generating text, turning information into something you can act on. And Anthropic is now specifically building Claude for small business workflows, including connections to tools businesses already use. So for me, Claude is the thinking and analysis layer. Third, Canva. This is the one I'd use when marketing starts taking too much time. Small businesses need content constantly. Social posts, presentations, product graphics, ads, videos. The problem isn't usually knowing what you want to say. It's turning that idea into something usable. Canva's AI tools can now take a simple idea and help turn it into editable designs, campaigns, presentations, and other content. So instead of starting from a blank canvas every time, start with the idea and let AI build the first version. You still make the final decisions. AI just gets you there faster. That's why Canva stays on my list. Fourth, Zapier. This is where AI becomes useful beyond the chat window. Think about the repetitive work inside your business. A lead fills out a form. Someone copies it into the CRM. Someone sends an email. Someone creates a task. Someone tells the sales team. That's 4 or 5 manual steps for something that happens every day. Zapier lets you connect those steps, and its AI tools can now be added directly into those workflows. So instead of, I need AI to write this email, you're thinking, when this happens, I want the system to handle the next 5 steps. That's a much more powerful use of AI. Zapier is my automation layer. And number 5 is a little different. The first 4 tools solve specific parts of the business. But what if you want AI to actually participate in the workflow? That's where I'd look at platforms like AboveIdea. Take sales follow-up. A new lead comes in. AI reads the inquiry. It qualifies the lead, it writes a personalized response, it waits for a few days. If there's no reply, it follows up. And the result gets saved back into your system. That's not just asking AI a question, that's giving AI a job. And that's the direction I think business AI is moving toward. From tools you open to workflows that actually run. So after testing all kinds of AI tools, this is how I'd think about these 5. HubSpot, if your customer information is a mess. Claude, if you're spending too much time researching and analyzing. Canva, if marketing content is slowing you down. Zapier, if you're constantly doing repetitive work between different apps. And AboveIdea, if you want to build AI into an actual business workflow. You don't need all 5. Pick the one that solves your biggest problem first. The biggest mistake I see with AI is treating it like a collection of apps. That's not the goal. The goal is to find the work that's slowing your business down and give AI a useful role in that process. Start with one problem, get one workflow working, then build from there. If you want to check any of these out, I've left all the links in the description below. I've also included AboveIdea if you want to explore some of the workflows we talked about today. See you in the next one.